Hi, my name is Arize. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build a website from start to finish without having any coding experience. Now, in this course, I know it might be difficult to believe that, yes, how can you build a software or website without having a coding experience, right? So, there are these things that we call content management systems. So there are a lot of them actually. There is WordPress, there's Joomla, and there is Drupal. Recently, there is Webflow now, right? So, but in this course, in this lesson, or in this demonstration, I'm going to use WordPress. Then you can subscribe, or you can just follow along when I have demonstrations on other content management systems. You can be able to follow along, right? So I'm going to use my domain name. I'm going to use a subdomain of my domain name and create this website. So, but it's not mandatory that you're going to use a subdomain. I'm just saying it now. So, without wasting much of your time, let's go into how you can create a website from start to finish with no coding experience. We are in the cPanel, right? So I've created a subdomain and I'm going to install WordPress right now. So now I'm in the WordPress installer. You have to note that some hosting companies do not offer this WordPress installer, so you may need to install WordPress manually. I have a video of that in my YouTube channel, so or my Daily Motion channel, so you can go and check it out. So now for this video, I have previously created a subdomain news.arizenonelu.xyz. So I'm going to click on install and I'm going to choose that subdomain news.arizenonelu.xyz. Now on this protocol, I'm going to leave it as HTTPS because I want it to be encrypted, right? So let's not go into the education of all this now, and let's just say I want to choose HTTPS forward slash, or let me just explain to you. If I choose this, it's going to force www to come out before the domain name, and for this purpose we are having a subdomain. So imagine www dot a subdomain dot the domain name dot the tld is not going to look very marketable, right? So this would have been better if I had my primary domain and it would look good, www.arizenonelu.xyz. So but for this purpose we are having news.arizenonelu.xyz, so I prefer to go with this just to make it shorter in when looking at it, right? So in this section where it shows in directory, I don't want to install it in any directory. I want to install it in this parent directory of arizenonelu.xyz, right? So I'm going to scroll down and now it's asking me for the site's name. So I'm going to, normally it's saying my blog, right? So but I want to give it a name, right? So I'm going to call it Arize News, and the description is get all the latest news in tech, right, and programming. All right, so admin username, you can use any name. For instance, I'm going to use Arize as my username, and for the password, it has chosen the password for me. So I wouldn't suggest you using a password for yourself because your password can easily be cracked. So but additionally, we have a password generator here, right? So it has given us a strong password. What you can do is to copy your password and paste it somewhere, right? So I'm going to generate some passwords and I'm going to hash this thing out so that you will not see the password that I've chosen. So now that I've chosen a password, it's asking me where do I want the admin email, where do I want to keep the admin email, and it's asking me admin at news.arize.xyz, and obviously I don't want to use this email because I've not created a webmail for this. This is just a demonstration video, so I'm going to select all and choose my default email, arizenonyelu at gmail.com. Alright, I'm leaving the language as English, and these are some plugins that is asking me if I want to pre-install as I'm installing WordPress. So I'm just going to leave all these things. Actually, backups are very important to have in your website in case of malicious attacks or breach in your website, right? So I'm just going to leave limit login attempts and not go with all these things because I'm not going to need them for this website, right? So now coming to advanced options, what I like to do here is to always change the prefix from WP to something else, right? So the reason I like to do this is if you leave it as WP, hackers are going to probably, it's going to be easier for them to crack down your database because they are always going to start guessing from WP, right? So the table prefix, I'm going to change it from WP to something else, and I'm just supposed to I'll just ignore all these things. Now, one thing with auto upgrade plugins is if you leave this auto upgrade on and there's a conflicting plugin, you may not be able to detect what plugin caused the issue in your WordPress website. And if you allow auto upgrade for WordPress themes and there is an issue or there's a bug in the theme and this affects your website, you may not be able to detect how the theme affected the website. So I usually like to disable auto upgrade and leave it for me to upgrade it myself, right? So this is because when I upgrade a plugin, I'm going to and I see an issue, I can know that this is the last plugin I upgraded before this issue happened, so I can easily troubleshoot and know how to backtrace and fix the problem. So but for now you can just leave it as is. So auto upgrades, do not upgrade minor versions only. Yeah, this is talking about the WordPress mainframe, right? I think select automatic upgrade preference for installation when new version is available. Yes, it's talking about the main WordPress. So I by default it's selected to upgrade minor versions only, right? So backup location, I don't want to back this website up for now, so I'm going to leave everything as is. And then coming to select theme, I want to leave the default theme as it is. This should be 2024 theme, so I'm going to leave the theme as it is and show you how you can start building from themes, right? So now I'm going to put in my email address so that it can send me the installation details to my email. Alright, and now I'll click install, and when I click install, I'm supposed to stay in this screen until the installation is complete. So it is installing WordPress now, which usually doesn't take much time, just a few seconds. So I can pause the video and play when we are almost at the end of the installation. Alright, just like I said, it doesn't take much time and our website is ready. WordPress has been successfully installed at news.arizenonyelu.xyz, and the administrative URL is arizenonyelu.xyz slash wp admin, right? So I'm going to visit the website right now just to see how the website looks, and we are going to see hello world, and we are using the 2024 theme here by default. All right, so like we rightly selected, Arizen News is the name of the blog, title of the blog, and the description says get all the latest news in tech, right? So this is a sample page. This is an example of a page. So what you can do is you can go back to the main page and right click, inspect. Sorry, I think you want to view page source right now, and yeah, you want to check if the description actually came out in full. So see that get all latest news in tech and programming. So let me not go into this because it may actually confuse you. Like I told you, you are building the website from start to finish without having any coding experience, right? So now the next thing we need to do is to go to our administrative URL and try to manage our website. So this is the WordPress dashboard. Whenever you come to the WordPress dashboard, this is what you're going to see. Welcome to WordPress. Learn more about this version, right? So we are going to just browse the dashboard very briefly and then jump into setting up our website. So it's giving you a brief information about the things you can do with WordPress. Auto-rich content with blocks and patterns, customize your entire site with block themes, switch up your site's look and feel with styles. So basically it's just giving you the essential features of WordPress, which is just telling you that you don't need to have coding experience, right, to still work on this website. Now this section is about things that has to do with WordPress, which I'm not going to actually concern ourselves with. So now it's showing you your activity in your website so far. So let's go into, at least we've seen how the website looks, let's go into themes, right? So for this, and normally you know that websites don't look like this, right? And you want your website to look more fancy, and you know, let's browse some themes, and before I upload a theme I have in mind, let's browse through some themes and see how the themes how the kind of feel the themes are going to give us. So now we have our pre-installed theme. Now WordPress has some themes that comes pre-installed with them, and the themes, they release these themes every year. So we have our 2024 theme, which is the same year we are in right now. We have 2023, 22 and 21. So I think there should be 2020, yeah, 2020, 2017, which is was a very popular theme back then. So now, having said that, these are some other themes we have in WordPress. Elementor is a page builder in WordPress. Let's talk about that later. So browsing all these themes here, some of them, all these themes here you're seeing are free, but some features, before you have to enjoy some features, you may need to pay some fee. So since we are designing a news theme, a news website, let's go. I think this should do. I think this news blogger should do. So let's preview it and see how it looks. So far we have 3 ratings for this theme. It's a dynamic and versatile child theme, popular and stuff like that. So yeah, so now the thing is, sometimes if you install a theme like this, what you are seeing in the demonstration is not what you will see, because we are looking at 2024. This is the 2024 theme. that looks kind of elegant and some has some good looks in it. But when we look at our own website, it doesn't look like that. So what is lacking? Well, you can see that we are lacking content and we are lacking design. So but more especially, we can just sometimes add some we can add the demo content. So for now, I'm not going to use any theme here. I have a theme in mind that I want to use as a demonstration for us. So I'm going to go ahead and upload that theme. While I upload that theme, I'm going to try to remove the name of the theme actually. So I'm going to try to upload the theme. You see how I'm uploading the theme. I'll choose file. So I can drag the theme and drop here, or I can just go to choose file. So now that I have the theme, I'm installing the theme. I've clicked install. Another way that you can install these themes is through your file manager, which we are just focusing on the front, anything that is front end, because like I told us, we are doing this website from start to finish without having coding experience. So the other ways you may need to install this theme, you may need to have some technical experience, which is going through your file manager and then just uploading the zip file into your content folder, into your themes folder, sorry. So now our theme has finished installing, so we can live preview it or we can activate it, or I'll just like to activate it right now because we want to activate the theme and import the demo content. So now that the theme is done installing, is showing us some plugins it needs to work better, because some themes require additional plugins in order to perform the way they promise you that they're going to perform, right? So I usually install these plugins immediately. So I go to begin installing plugins, and what I like to do is I like to bulk install the plugins, and then I will sorry I like to bulk install them before I now activate them one after the other. So sometimes if you try to bulk install a plugin, you may experience some error. So what I like to do in that case, to install it one by one, just singularly install the plugins, is better that way. If it's showing you, if it comes up with an error like something happened and we've sent an email to the admin. So now that I'm done installing the plugin, let me just activate all of them one by one. Now this is the reason why I like to activate the plugins individually, because sometimes this kind of thing happen. So I'm going to what is happening here is that this is Elementor is asking me for some details so that it can help me choose a good theme for my website. So I'm going to skip this process because I don't need that now, right? So I want to get back to installing the plugins that I just activating the plugins that I just installed. So now I'm back in the WordPress plugin directory, right? So I'm seeing that some plugins are yet to be activated. I can go and begin activation. So but since I'm here, let me just activate them one by one. Alright, I've activated WooCommerce, which may require some additional setup. I'm going to skip that also because I don't need the setup, right? So I'm going to skip the guided setup. Business is located in Nigeria. Wow, you should know the whole states here. All right, this is the store. So I'm going to go out from WooCommerce now. Actually, I'm from Anambra State. I'm not from Imo State. Disregard that I chose Imo State there because I reside in Imo State. So now you may ask, why don't I activate this Hello Dolly? So like, it's not a plugin that does much, but it symbolizes hope and enthusiasm of an entire generation. So I don't think I want to use it in my website now. It's just going to show a badge in my website, so I'm just going to leave it. And now coming to the Askimet is for spam protection. So if you ever install a WordPress website, I advise you install Aximet for to this will prevent spammers from using your website to run illegal promotions and spam your site with a lot of adverts and stuff. So I have an API key that I'm going to enter right now. Just give me a second. So I've pasted my API key and I'm going to connect the API. So this is basically going to help me disable spammers from using my site for a lot of unwanted adverts and unwanted promotions. So if you go back to the dashboard, we'll be seeing I think, okay, the update is gone. So the next thing I want us to do now is to upload the demo content of that theme that I installed, right? If you still go back to the website, you see that the website still looks as it is. So though the theme has been installed, it still looks kind of bleak and not like nothing much is going on here, right? So I'm going to add a post. I'm going to try to create a post. I'm going to go to posts and I'll go to add new post. So this is actually how to post stuff on WordPress, right? So I just want to show you something. We'll still come back here on this. So this is a site builder. I'm just going to skip it because I know how to use it. So I advise you read through all these things step by step, right? So the title of so this is an editor called Gutenberg, which is WordPress's new post editor. So but I don't like to use this. I prefer to use the classic editor. So I'm going to install the classic editor now, but you can go ahead and learn how to use the Gutenberg, which I kind of find very dull using sometimes. So I'm going to install the classic editor and use that because I've been using that for a very long time and it is easier for me, more convenient. So now that I have the classic editor, I just want to show you a demonstration. I want to add a new post. So now this is how the classic editor looks. There's nothing wrong with Gutenberg, just that I've been using WordPress before Gutenberg came out, so I'm finding it very difficult to start, it's just less interesting for me. Actually, it's just a preference. I know how to use it and I advise you learn how to use it, but I just find this one very flexible. Actually, Gutenberg is more flexible, but let's just go into creating a new post. So I can say time to go live. All right, so hit enter. I say this is a time. So actually I'm going to get a demo content, and I'm going to use a lorem ipsum. Sorry for that. So I'm going to get a demo content and place there so that you can see. Yeah. All right. Okay, now we have this post and categories and all these things. So let's just post this thing. Later I'll come back to this. All right, we've made a new post and we can view the post from here, and it's going to take us directly to the post that we made. Right, so but I want to show you guys something here. If we reload the home page, we still see time to go live, and it doesn't really look that sharp, right? We want something that looks a bit elegant and robust. So to achieve that, we're going to go to themes, and we're going to go to that theme that we used, and we are going to import the demo content of that theme. That is a good way to get started if you don't have the experience using Elementor. For instance, you can use Elementor to build your home page. So but for this demonstration, we are not going to show you how to use Elementor. We're just showing you how to easily get things going. So there are a lot of page builders in WordPress. Gutenberg is a page builder. Elementor is a good page builder. So alright, from here you can edit your theme further. So but I want to focus on installing the demo contents. I'm going to go to appearance, import demo data, or demo content, whatever you may choose to call it. So right here we have some demonstrations of demo contents that came along with this theme. Actually, this theme is not a free theme. I paid for this theme, so that is why I have all these options available. You should bear in mind that probably if they gave a free version of the theme, I may not be able to see all these things available for me. So depending on what my blog is talking about, I can choose from these their templates. If I want to blog about magazines and games, I can choose this one. If I want to blog about foods, I can choose this one and get inspirations from them. So newspaper, photography, illustration, mental health, and I think this is supposed to be pet blog. So now we are talking about, we said they want to talk about tech news, right, and programming news. So I think we should go for magazine and gaming, right? So you can preview the demo. Right, let us go from here. Now if you preview it that way, let's just import this demonstrator head. So you can read through before we import, make sure this takes up to 10 minutes and stuff like that. So it's showing me some suggestions, some plugins I may need to install. So I just usually like to select all of them because they are commonly recommended, right? So I'm going to click install now, click continue to import. So I'm importing the demo content. Before importing this demo content, it's going to install these plugins before that. So I'm going to be patient and wait for the engine to do the work. Now the installation is complete. I'm sorry, the importation is complete. So we can go to theme settings and we can visit sites. So let's go to visit sites in a new tab and go to theme settings. So this theme settings is going to allow us set the theme icon, the header, and customize the theme further. So this is how this is a newsletter subscription pop-up, right? So if a visitor enters the email, for instance. Let me use a different email to avoid conflictions. So they can subscribe to your newsletter, and each time, after much configuration, each time you post a new news or an update, they are going to send you you're going to send them an update in that email. So I've not configured that for now. Let's just go out from there. So now this is our website, right? This is the same blog website that used to look very basic before. So now you can see that it is looking like a more professional news website, a blog website that has different categories, starting from slideshows, right, to sides, some topics in the sidebar. It has categories: fashion, animated categories, right, fashion, creative, where this comes with the team. Actually, it's not like every WordPress theme gives like this. So we have all these things imported, pre-imported in the site from the site through the demo content that we chose to import, right? So it has categorized the website for us, giving it a more elegant look, right? So this is it. Actually, let's just browse through the website, and that's the trending stories. I believe there should be a section for featured stories too, creative posts, and yeah, we are going to the footer now. So that is that, and when you come to the footer, you see some tags. I think this should be browse tags, not browse tags actually. So we can go ahead and edit all this information. Actually, we're going to do that in another video. So but for now, we've seen that this is exactly our website. And for instance, if I want to make changes here, I can create a fashion post, right, and tag it fashion, and let's see if it's going to come out here. So without wasting much time, let's go to create a new post and add new post. I'm going to categorize it as fashion, right? So we are still going to use a new fashion post, right? So, and we just use the dummy content like we used before. Let's just start from here and copy the dummy content. And one good thing about what this CMS is that we have a thumbnail here, so we can just Google fashion thumbnail, or can just say so. And we have all these demonstrations that we can use. So I really like to just go to this, and let's just get any free picture, and let's just say free fashion. All right. Sorry, I can say free fashion model images, right? So let's not mistakenly use images that are copyrighted, although some of them may be copyrighted. So let's just go with any of these pretty looking girls or the gentleman, and let's go for this. Looks pretty good because it is up close. I don't want the picture that is showing the full body image, right? We can open this image in a new tab and we can either copy the image address, or we can save the image locally and re-import it. So let's just copy the address and save ourselves all the time or stress of. uploading and stuff. So we've chosen the category fashion, and we can say, let's just leave the tags for now, right? So featured image, we can drag and drop, or we can come from the media library and choose an existing image, right? So because of this demonstration purpose, we don't want to use an image that has been used already. So I'm going to actually save this image because I want to upload it. So but that link I copied, I can, let me just upload it actually. So that is that. I've uploaded the image. So now normally on WordPress, if you want to upload an image, you just don't upload and set as features image. You have to actually format the image properly. So all these things I'm going to talk about all these things in my other demonstration in my Udemy course, right? So let's just allow this image to upload if it's going to, because normally when it takes much time like this, it's going to come up with an error. That is one thing I know about WordPress. Oh, it didn't. Okay, so all these things we'll have to talk about them in a later video. So let's set this as a featured image, and inside this link, this place, we may want to actually put the picture of the lady somewhere in between all this stuff that we have here, right? Or let's say we may want to put another picture here. Let's go for a picture that is more exposing, right? Let's go for this one. Should have full up to bottom image, right? So we'll just copy the image address and add media, insert from URL, and is that going to have a Google? Okay, I don't think it does. So, and we're going to insert this to the post. Remember alternate text and caption and stuff. So but let's just insert it like that, and we have that image in this our blog post. So normally we can align it center and so but let's leave it as it is like this. So and when we are done with this, we can publish this post. So remember, I wanted to show you a demonstration on how this new post is supposed to appear here. I think if it doesn't, then I know we may need to actually edit, do some work in the background. So it didn't, so that means we may need to work on the website and make some changes, because I know the reason why it didn't come up is probably because the team settings, the person that set it didn't allow. Maybe they've just kind of placed all these things here, right? So let's look for that our post anywhere on the website, and here it is. So new fashion post, right? So that is that. If you latest is this popular trending, these are the trending posts for now in the website. So actually for this editing this page is something that we can do on a different time, right? Or I may release a demonstration on that later. Of course, I know this was done with Elementor, so let's go to editing the page with Elementor, right? So that you guys can understand how that page was able to look the way it looked. So back to customization, right? So what you're going to do here is simply going to change this logo, this header banner that we have here, and probably this trending news and stuff, right? So this is what we're going to be doing here, and we can just leave this one for a different video. So but for now, let's work on this page that we have here. I'm not going to do all those because I know how to use Elementor to some extent. So now list styles, right? Post order, ascending, descending. So as you can see here, we have different categories here. We have categories ranging from fashion, creative, tech, sports, and stuff. So anyways, let's not go into this for now, because we are not making videos for Elementor, and we just want to make videos on how you can build websites, right, from start to finish without having any coding experience. So Elementor has something to do with a different course on its own. So that is that for now. um you've seen how you can create a new website and create new posts, right? So you can drop questions for me in the comment section and wait for me to release videos and follow up on what next. Thank you very much for watching the video. So you've seen how you can create a website from start to finish without having any coding experience. So there are some things that I didn't mention in the site because this is just a demonstration. Mentioned in the video because this is just a demonstration. So I will be releasing a different video on this channel later on, and it's going to link to my Udemy course where I handled everything. I'll teach everything in and out WordPress, right? So that you can have a good experience in using WordPress to build websites or news blogs and whatever you want to build. Actually, you can use WordPress for a lot of vast stuff, right? So you just need to get started to start building your experience, join communities and stuff like that. So don't always forget to message me on my DM, or you can leave a question in the comment section, right? If there's something that I did that wasn't very clear to you in this video, you can always chat me up or leave a question in the comment. I'll be sure to guide you through. So thank you for watching the video, right? And do wait to subscribe to the channel so that when I drop new videos that might help you tomorrow, you will not miss out from them, right? So thank you very much.